Guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, it's Ndadere. Thank you for coming, and as always, the subscribers, thank you so much for the love, the support. It really means a lot to me, guys. Before I get into my video, guys, as you can see, I'm outside and this is something that I could not wait to talk about. But yeah, let's first watch these clips and yeah, let's talk about it.
Breaking news: France's ambassador in Niger has been given 48 hours to leave the country, and the French troops were already instructed to leave by September 4th. However, Paris rejected both decisions, claiming that Niger has no authority to do so. Very delusional. Anyways, early this year, the controversial ambassador had the audacity to tweet that Niamey's water is European water and then faked an apology. Remember, this story is only about France's ambassador, but this French outlet twisted the facts to make it seem like Niger also ordered Germany and America out. I suspect France 24 and RFI, the French propaganda machine in Africa, are next in line to be booted out. This is the story about Niger's defiance and France's denial. Like Kwame Ture once said, the only time they tell the truth is the result of a double lie. France's ambassador in Niger has refused to leave after being given 48 hours to get out. He locked himself in the embassy like a spoiled child. This Twitter user suggested Niger should cut the power and water supply to the embassy. And Macron, in his usual paternalistic style, lectured the people of Niger about their problem, claiming Niger's problem today is the leadership. And then he said something interesting. They abandoned policy that was economically good for them, and they are losing all the international funding that was helping them out of poverty. I beg to differ, but Macron loved the sound of his own voice, so as a consequence, he struggles to listen. The bottom line is this: the people of Niger want the French ambassador, army, and politics out of their country. Lastly, do not fall for the lies out there because Niger has not yet cut the power or water supply to the embassy. You see, France wants a reason to set the whole region on fire, but it desperately needs the cooperation of ECOWAS. Like a great philosopher once said, give them guns and watch them creel each other. The R is silent.
The French government maintains that Niger does not have the right to expel their ambassador. What a silly thing to say. This is that, you know what that is, Sarah? That is the arrogance of the French coming through. That's their colonial mentality. They still think that they own those Africans. They still think it's 1920 and they're still pushing around the Africans, forcing them to mine gold and diamonds to be shipped back to France.
They've never made it a secret. I mean, a French diplomat tweeted at one point to the Nigerians, stop drinking the water that's meant for French people. They don't hide it. So I'm not shocked that they refuse to leave.
We talk about Black Lives Matter, and there was millions and millions of people behind that standing on their knees. Well, what about when the African states are actually rising up, when the real BLM is happening? All of the BLM protesters have all gone silent and they're missing in action.
French President Emmanuel Macron insists that his country is not Niamey's enemy, but that Paris's envoy will not be heeding an order to leave given by coup leaders in Niger.
The deadline has been and gone, but the French ambassador in Niger is staying put, President Emmanuel Macron has said. This after on Friday, the junta gave diplomat 𝗙𝗶𝗍𝗂𝗍 48 hours to leave the country.
I think that our policy is correct. It's based on the courage of President Bazoum, on the commitment of our diplomats and our ambassador, who will stay despite pressure and despite illegal claims of authority, as well as on the efforts of our internal security forces and our army.
The European Union has also expressed its full support for 𝗙𝗍𝗂𝗍. The ambassador has not met Niger's new self-appointed government, in line with France's refusal to recognise the legitimacy of the unelected coup leaders. Macron warned that Niger's political crisis would have dire consequences for both the fight against terror in the region and the economy, cut off from international support in the wake of the power grab.
We must not give in to the narrative used by the coup leaders that consists of saying France has become the enemy. The problem of Nigerians today is the coup leaders. They put them in danger because they're abandoning the fight against terrorism and good economic policy as they're losing the international funding that was helping them develop. That is the reality, and if we don't come out and say it, who will?
There is no France. There is no France without Africa. The day Africa liberates itself from France, France will collapse as a country, because France, it is based on everything African. They don't have anything to offer to themselves. They keep on taking from Africa. So please, let's make sure that we plow the idea of African unity. We may not be there when Africa gets one president, but we'll be the ones who have planted that idea amongst our children, and our children will salute us forever.
Well guys, as you've seen in the video, that is what is happening in Africa, in West Africa, and I don't know how you guys feel about it. I feel happy as an African because I feel it's very necessary. You know, as a Ugandan, we got independence in 1962, and we had a president who is now ruling us, who came in 1986. And so seeing that West Africa is actually trying to take away the power of the colonial rule or pre-colonial rule is really truly amazing. And like, come on, you've seen France is being chased away from West Africa. It's being chased away from West Africa, and like you saw Gabon, you saw Senegal, you saw Niger, and people are waiting on Chad and other West African countries like Nigeria and of course Ghana probably. And it just feels amazing because there is no way as a colonizing country where people have been educated, people have been evolving, and you still want to control people's minerals and resources. You still want to show power. So it's just so fun to me, like, to see this, and it's just wild. Like, adult men in particular, grown-up men act like babies. Because if a country like Niger says, you know, take away your embassy, we don't want your ambassadors in our country, like France, we need you gone, like France, we need you gone, you need to leave our country, and then you still stay in the country. Like, why are you refusing to leave the country? Like, you come into my house and then I tell you to leave and you don't want to leave? Like, come on, it's no longer 1950s, it's no longer 1940s, it's no longer 1880s, it's 2023. And then, as you've seen, some of the delegates, or one of the delegates in France, had the audacity to tweet about the water in Niger is for French people. Like, who does that? That's so much entitlement, and I just can't stand it. Honestly, I can't. And then as a colonial power that has been in the country, you want to come out like Macron said, well, the problem of people of Niger is the political system, is their leaders, but you're still the same people funding these leaders to be in power. And it's so funny that it's not as much of a big country, but they are ruling the minerals, the resources, and then you don't want to leave. Like, who refuses to leave someone's country? Like, if I'm guessing if it was Africans refusing to leave France, there will be like, it will be all over the news on how Africans don't want to go home. They will bring out police, they will bring out everything necessary to chase out the people of Africa or the ambassadors of Africa. So when the tables turn, now you want to come out us and say the leaders are the problem, which you clearly sponsor. And yeah, I know that they are really like in panic because the resources of Gabon, Chad, Senegal, West Africa is mostly what is helping the Western countries, especially now France, to live and function. So yeah, they are seeing the resources go. And about the BRICS that is also coming, I think you guys heard about it. So it's like a mixture of everything. Like, it's this liberation that I'm really excited about. I don't know when it's coming to East Africa, but we really, really need it. So guys, what do you think about these people, their entitlement? And as Africans, what is the way forward? Because yeah, if you're chasing away these colonial powers, are we having the leaders that are going to do well for the African people? And yeah, tell me what you think, guys. I can't wait to, see your comments and see what you guys think. So yeah, that was it for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment, share the video, and yeah, tell me what you want me to talk about. Yeah, thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.